Play stronger, not faster, resign like a grandmaster. Hello everyone, I'm Fabian, and this is the sixth episode of my series Resign Like a Grandmaster. Resign Like a Grandmaster is a series about atomic chess, and atomic chess is a chess variant. I say about that at the beginning of every video. And if you don't know what atomic chess is, you can search, you can use Google, and or you can just um, click lichess.org and click any atomic arena and click the atomic link and find out about something, some rules, and or you can just watch my early videos if you think my videos are helpful. Okay, so as maybe most of you, if you are in school, the final exam is near, so but proper recreation can help us to actually do better in the final exam, and hope you all have a good exam if you have a final exam. Okay, so playing atomic chess can be relaxing, and maybe you can be happier, and you know in on lichess.org there are, if you choose play arena tournaments, you can see there are many tournaments to play. As long as you have enough atomic chess games played, you can find those games in the lobby. You just fast lichess.org and find some rated atomic games and play them. You can also see there are atomic arenas every 2 hours, I think, and there is a daily atomic arena every day, around I think it's from 11 p.m. UTC to it lasts an hour, yeah. And there are also monthly and weekly, monthly, and maybe yearly arenas, and there is a shield arena every month. So the current shield defender is, I think, is Historix. As you can see, my username is Historix x Chronatalk, so I'm a fan of Historix. And as you can see, the hourly atomic arena is going on now. I'm not going to play because I'm actually streaming. I maybe in this video I'm going to talk about some real games in active atomic tournament play, because that's what you find interesting maybe. Okay, so in atomic chess, maybe the best way to get better at a low level, like my level, is just to play more games. And if you lose badly, if you don't know a line, for example, yesterday I played a game like that. I think I played a game with an opening that I'm not familiar with. Normally, if I play the opening is knight f3, I played f6. Quick review, f6 is the best move, and e3, what should you play? Quick review, normal move is e6, as you can see in the opening explorer, but I try d5 because somebody thinks d5 is better than e6, whatever, and maybe it is better because sometimes it is trickier, and many people don't like the end game after something like that, and so some very strange. No, not there. It's queen check, and there, yeah, and there, and there. This endgame is actually not very easy to play for black. As you can see, black is up a knight for 2 pawns, and In atomic chess, being up a knight for 2 pawns is no good. Because a knight is worth less than 2 pawns, about 1.5 pawns. So white is still better in this endgame. But in d5, you might lose a pawn because you might lose a pawn. You might lose 2 pawns. I think it's lose 2 pawns, yeah. But you have more pieces left, so maybe it's trickier. So I try this opening, but I don't know this opening, so I can mate it soon. But however, if I play this opening again, then I will never play this line. Then I will never play the losing move again. So as you can see, white plays knight to g5, threatening to invade or to threatening to invade. So I have to take it and check. So I have to block the check and check. So I have to block the check, and this is threatening this. Quick review: if this pawn is taken, these pieces will all blow up because they are near to this pawn, and this pawn is next to your king. So if white takes the pawn, your king is exploded. Your king can't escape. So you can play bishop to e6. I play this is actually some kind of theory maybe, but at this point it's still okay. b3, and I remember this position now from this point on. So I will play knight to a6. As you can see, knight to a6 is probably the only move to give black a decent winning percentage, but for any other black moves, white wins 98%, 95%. White basically just wins because knight to a6 is the only move. Why? Can you see why? Pause the video if you want to find white's best move after my blunder. Bishop to g7, because I don't know the theory here. I don't know this opening. Well, bishop g7 maybe threatens the queen, so the queen has to move, has to go somewhere like that and there, and maybe I'm fine. So it's not, but find a winning move for white. It's not actually not very hard. You have to find what your opponent is doing. Your opponent is playing g3. What does g3 do? It's opening up this bishop. So bishop to a3. It threatens this pawn, and this pawn is next to the king. So in atomic chess, if you lose a game like that, and you can't block because this pawn is pinned, you can't block, and the only way to block is to bring your queen up, and white just take this pawn, and this queen blows up because it's next to the pawn. So and then this is threatened, and you have nothing to, and you can't do anything. Therefore, you lose this. So I just lose this because my king gets blown up. So what's the moral here? Just if you get into some opening traps like this one, because I don't play this very much, so I don't know the theory here. And after b3, this b3 move threatens bishop to a3, and of course the black is in trouble after bishop to a3. So you have to, the idea is for knight a6 is if you play bishop to a3, then knight to b4, and the knight blocks the bishop. So and the bishop doesn't threaten the king, so white has nothing. And this is threatened, this is threatened, I mean this is threatened. So you have to take the, if you take the knight or something, if you just trade queens, and what do? You don't have anything, so maybe most people just play knight to c3 and allow knight takes a2, and black is just up material. This is not a good opening for white if white plays incorrect this threat after this crack. after this correct move is played. So if you lose a game in a few moves, you might just um, you can engine turbate or just look at some opening explorer and find out what you did wrong, and you just review your game and you won't make the same mistake ever again. And if you lose a game very quickly, like in 8 or 5 moves, you should just review it and you won't lose that like that again. So let's just randomly commentate on a game. So as you can see, Aristotelito is leading the tournament. I'm sorry if I read your name wrong, but that's just how I read names. So yeah, just Aristotelito. Okay, and JR Wolf 917, who is actually in the house Discord server, and Turkish Lion, who is a 2000 player and is very strong in openings, and there are Casey Kidd, George Lavish, who just revealed his identity to be FFT1, who is also a good player. In the house Discord server, and the house Discord server is a very interesting place. It has very many interesting things. You can talk about anything in the Atomic channel. Yeah, you can talk about some. And you can just spam me. It's very interesting. If you join that server, you can learn something about Atomic and you can learn something about life. Yes, because yeah, maybe maybe philosophy. As you can see, this game is about to end. This featured game is about to end, and this is just mating one. So yeah, there's too many mating ones here. So this featured game, because it's an 1800 against the 1100, so any move wins. And you might say, why didn't he just play those mating ones? Because of a thing called Berserk Point. You have to make it to 7 moves to get the Berserk Point. As you can see, Aristotelito gets 3 points because he berserked against this lower rated opponent and he wins the game. Now let's start from a new game. I think it's recording fine. Yeah. Okay, this is E3 Knight F3 94 game, and this is some common theory, and maybe some people like Queen to F6 here, and it's also okay. And if you know theory, knight d4, knight to h6, and knight b5. This is some kind of theory. Knight to b5, knight to g4, and f4, because the point is threatened, and just defend against the threat. h3, knight to h2, takes, g6, because this is of course threatened. So knight check and wins the rook, and the rook is just you can win the rook, but you don't need to yet, and just take the knight and do something like that. This is actually not that easy for white to convert, because white's material is sort of equal. Maybe white has obviously a rook and two knights for rook and pawn, and it's maybe kind of equal, but rooks might be stronger in endgames. So but this knight is pretty strong, and this is not an easy game to play. And the bishop develops. In atomic chess, you also need to develop pieces, and if this bishop invades, then white's position is very dangerous. So white tries to do that, but this opens up the bishop, and but this pawn is still pretty safe, and this knight moves, so threatening something like that, but that's not actually a threat because that doesn't threaten anything. It just threatens the queen, and the queen moves. So the king is fairly safe because it has nothing near it, and um, black is fine, but white is also fine, I guess. Um, this is a very complicated middle game position, and two knights for a rook and pawn. You can win a pawn if you want, but this might get into some trouble. Not really, because what is the trouble? Takes it there. Threatening that, we just defend. What's the problem? Why not just win a pawn? And maybe black thinks this bishop is worth more, and the pawn break doesn't happen because white's knight white doesn't allow the pawn breakthrough on the king side, and yeah, now you can't win a pawn. This bishop might be strong, but you know, if you push this pawn, you might just sacrifice a knight. Yeah. No, you can't sacrifice a knight, which we have to retreat. This is not. This is very complicated. C5 maybe trying to break through, and because you can't take, and then the queen invades. Threatening the queen. The queen just moves to some random square there, maybe. And if you do that, it's not. Yeah, why? Why you give up the queen? This is just giving up the queen, and with suspicious compensation, because there are no compensation. Where's the compensation? I don't see any compensation. Yeah, the bishop doesn't even invade. The rook can't go there. The bishop can't even defend. Can't even defend. So black times out in a totally lost position because of one blunder. In atomic chess, actually one blunder is just enough for you to lose the whole game, and you can't do anything. Equanimity is also a good player and about 1900 rated. Now another game with we have Aristotle Little berserking against a very long name, and knight h3 as h6 e3 e5. That's actually very dangerous because e5. I think this is just force mate. Queen to f3 f6 queen to d5. Yeah, it's just force mate. If white wants to, yeah, if white wants to get the berserk point, white can play that, and maybe, but white decided to just go for the win. That's actually maybe close to force mate after queen to f3, so don't play e5. Play e5 too early is very dangerous. Although I've heard of knight f3, e5, knight h3, e5 opening, it's very tricky. But if they play e3, black won't play h6. Okay, in this, why is this game featured? Because they are not paired yet. Top players are not paired yet. JR Wolf is playing Hello There. let's watch JR Wolf's game because JR Wolf is an interesting player, and it's not featured, so I have to do like that. And I hope recording is fine. If you are watching, I speaking about something in a blank board, then just bear with it. I'm sorry. Okay, so now this position is still very complicated, and black is down a queen for just a knight and a pawn, so black is losing, and black is down in time, and white has many threats. I just yeah, just invade with the queen, so you check and block. If you take, I think taking is probably the only way for. Why not takes? Because whatever, otherwise you just lose. It takes, and the queen is doesn't have a breakthrough here, and but it's also not threatened. So it's threatened. It's threatened. Take it. No, what move is that? Take it. Take it. Take the queen, and you are take the queen. Still, you can take the queen. Yeah, still you can take the queen. What is he doing? What is black doing? Okay, so yes, that's not a good ending. You just take the queen. You should see some blunder that you should see all the blunders your opponent makes. For example, queen to h4 is near this pawn, so you can take that pawn to explode the queen, and after some random moves you just lose. So because white is not very good. So now Turkish line is it's playing Turkish line, and he's going to lose again. But however, let's see Aristotle. Let's see equanimity again. Maybe just feature the game. Yes, just see the featured game because it might be very interesting. And that's actually not maybe the best move, although this is yeah, this wise move. Okay, fine. Yeah, just what else do you play? Do you want to play that? Although that might be the best move, but that yeah. This is interesting position. In atomic chess, you might see something like, yeah, because this threatens the bishop, the queen, but you can't take the. Let's see, if white can play that, then white is okay, and can white play that? Let's analyze. If white plays that, check, moves, wins a piece. Yeah, just wins a piece and no mate. So whatever. D6, castles D7. If they go that, then that is never a threat because of that, and that is a threat, but it doesn't work. Maybe they just trade queens because black is not up material, so just trade queens. Let's trade queens, whatever. No, because of this queens takes, and then black is maybe in trouble. What's a move for black here? Just go for this. Just go for this. They won't see that. They won't see that. Yeah, just go for that. This is obviously objectively the best move, and you move the queen in to force that. And no, you don't need to. Yeah, yeah. They don't need to. So you can block. Yeah, correct. So even takes. Yeah, just takes. And black is up material, so black can do anything. Um, you can't trade all the rooks, but you have to. Otherwise, black will play that, because there is an open file. This is a pre-move, so let's think about it. If white doesn't move that, can white win? Is there any swindle? There are no swindle, so black just wins. So if you're like in this position, if you know black will play this as a pre-move, if you because black will play this as a pre-move, so can you do something like, yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it will be a threat against the pawn or some random things, like some crazy things like there. But this bishop is pinned, so I can't do anything. So just loses. This is a classic two queens mate. If you want to see the technique, the two queens mate is to firstly you promote to two queens, and you move your king in the corner and move one queen here, and achieve a position like that, with your opponent to move, and your opponent has to, because of Zugzwang, you have to disconnect kings, and you push one queen there and move the same queen to here, and this is mate. This is a common mate pattern. Okay, let's see another game. Knight f3, knight f3 f6, e3 e6. The very common normal opening. This is very boring, and maybe white is just better, and of course in atomic chess white is always better. Takes. This is still fine for, I guess, for both players, and this knight is controlled and material is slightly equal. That's not a good move because it just takes, and the knight has nowhere to go. Everything is covered, so it just takes, and everything is covered here. This is covered, everything is covered, and if you, yeah, just take it. Everything is covered. No need to worry. Move the pawn, move the queen here, just random legal moves like that, and there, and then there, and then there, even there, even there. If they go there, even there, and the queen is lost, so you can't go there. But this is still threatened, and you have nothing. There. That's not a good. Yeah, that's a good move because it threatens that. Yeah, it threatens the pawn near the king, so it takes. But still, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the best move because it wins the queen and the best practical move. And you just too winning too much material, and white resigns like a grandmaster. Okay, let's see another game. And equanimity is now waiting, and now Turkish line is playing Venom XZ. Venom XZ is also pretty famous player, I guess, and Turkish line knows opening theory pretty well, and it does a sacrifice opening, which is also very interesting. And It is pretty normal in the opening, and nothing. This doesn't ping the knight because it doesn't ping the knight, so why just threaten set and black. This rook is threatened, but do I have to defend? I think I might have to defend. Here, here, the rook invades, but rook. Why? It's okay. It's okay. But rook invades. Black is up 2 pieces for 2 pawns, so but it might be drawing, and it might be drawn. Trade rooks, and you have a bishop for a pawn, and this is probably drawn. If yeah, white tries to pawnetize, and white doesn't even need to pawnetize because it's so drawn. And this is a drawn endgame. You can offer a draw, and just trade all the pawns, and you can't do anything. If one side plays takes, the other side has to play takes, and white might try for flagging, but that's against the takes. Takes. You can't win. You can't win. Otherwise, you will get flagged. It's draw. Yeah. Maybe it's a win. I don't know. Maybe it's a win. This is this is blocked by the king, and then the bishop random moves. Maybe it's a draw. Takes. It takes a draw. I think black will get. Yeah, this is just draw. And let's analyze. This is very tricky endgame stuff because this king goes there, there, there. It should never go there because of this. These pawns are some kind of mine these squares, and black can take the pawn. So after black tries to take this pawn, white goes something like that, and there just moves up, and no, they're there, and there moves up, and then white is winning. This endgame calculation is very important in atomic chess, and so they agree to a draw, and they repeat it. Now the atomic arena is ended, and let's talk about one more thing. It's the Atomic Chess League. The this season of Atomic Chess League is hosted by Mathwith16, who is also known as Queentech or anything or something like that. And is also a very good player, and there are um, many players joining the Atomic Chess League. I can't join because I don't have enough games, and the Flock Hub is closed, and I don't have any other accounts yet. So I might be commenting on some of the Atomic Chess League games, and it starts yesterday, and um, now drafting is going on, and there is one friend of mine playing this, but I won't say who he is, and not Olivia. Olivia is obviously not eligible, and yeah, they are still going on. So I might be just in atomic chess. There are several big tournaments like the Atomic Chess League and the Atomic World Championship, which ended in the Arca 50 winning the latest Atomic Chess World Championship, and Arca 50 is a grandmaster, and um, that's it. So I think there is also an Atomic 960 tournament which I introduced in the last video, and you can, but the newest season isn't started yet. So let's play a random atomic game to end this video. Um, I think I'll just take this sick and to Bruhemo a bit against a lower rated opponent, but I'll always play carefully as black, because playing as black you have to play best moves. E3, E6, which is the most common opening. F5, the queen check, and just trade queens. This is very common opening. This is some kind of theory, and let's just move the bishop. So takes. This is some kind of theory, because this is some kind of theory, but they will play that, and I will move the knight. So this is okay for black, I guess, and the move is let's just, because of this is not yet a threat. It is a threat, of course, but I can make bigger threat because my knight can jump in too. So let's just move the knight, and they will jump in, and I will of course jump in, and let's jump in, whatever. They will jump in, of course, and my pieces are, because of that, threatened, and if it takes that, then this knight gets exploded too. So they will check. No, what will they play? They will play this check. I just take it, and take it. Because of this stress, these squares are all covered, so nothing really. Let's just push the pawns, and let's just move the knight back. because we just developed the knight that way. And we castle, maybe? Should we castle? We firstly defend against this rook and this bishop, and bishops are very dangerous, but against the king, because the king is kind of exposed. The two bishops may be kind of dangerous. Did I miss that? If they play that, I can play that. So if they play this, I should defend against this. Do I push? I can push. Because this is still covered. I'm not actually up too many material. I'm just up a rook. I'm just up an exchange, and my rooks are still pretty passive. So I have to develop the knight and hop in, and let's just close the position because I'm kind of up material, and this bishop is now kind of blocked forever, and then we'll castle. And this position is probably okay. Let's just try to flag. Because of this is very secure, and you can't possibly open the position. So I'll move the knight around. It's a close position. The knight is better than the bishop. So let's just move the rook here and try to win a pawn. Should I take the... If I take this pawn, I win because I'm now up an exchange, so now I win a pawn, and if that I can defend, so I think that's good. And if they check, this check is nothing. This check we just move the king. We are up a knight, not a bishop, so we might no, we have a knight, so that's not. We just move the knight, and if they take the piece, and then we just win whatever. So this is an endgame, and I just move the. You have to take it. Now you can't defend. I just take this pawn with my knight. It takes several moves, but I can take this pawn, and then I can actually take any pawn I want. So I can take any pawn I want. So I just move the king in the random position, and oh no, that's a mate. Okay, that's how you plays. That's actually not a good example because I probably missed several mates, but you just I hope you are seeing this now, but it's just normal atomic chess gameplay. So now no atomic tournaments are going on, and if you are having a final exam, hope you do well in the final exams. And if you find my channel somehow. Then thanks for watching my video. See you all later and see you in the next video. Bye.